My 37 friend, 32, with benefits just ended our relationship over money. I am wondering if I made a mistake here, or if I was wrong to tell her not to use my credit card to order booze and cigarettes. Basically, I have this friend who was my friends with benefits. She is a single mom and I would often give her money to pay for her bills. She recently got a job, however, which I was proud of. The other day she asked me if she could order some booze and cigarettes with my Uber Eats account, to which I said okay. Today I saw that she had ordered not only on that day, but the following day as well. So I asked her if she could please not use my account to order booze, and just for Uber rides. She said she was tired of me bringing out money to her face and making her feel like she has nothing. She proceeded to block me. Did I make a mistake in saying she couldn't use my accounts? TDLR, my friends with benefits blocked me for telling her not to use my CC to order booze. Update. Thanks everyone for their point of view and support. Perhaps the best thing to do is to do nothing. What's meant to be will be, and perhaps I needed to be out of what is comfortable to find a new start. At this time things remain the same, even though it's unsettling to lose someone you care for. This sounds less like a friends with benefits situation than a sugar daddy arrangement. Perhaps it would be simpler to ask her what she charges for sex and just pay her in cash. The only mistake you made was thinking she wasn't using you for money. Her response to you asking her to not use your account for booze, especially when she didn't even ask you the second time, was 100% manipulative. She was trying to make you feel like the bad guy, so you would drop the subject. Block her as well so that you aren't tempted when she's decided you've been punished long enough and tries to resume her sex for money scheme. The benefit for you was sex, the benefit for her was your money. You realize she's was actually a hooker. You sure you weren't just her sugar daddy and just misunderstood your relationship? Sounds like one of your benefits in their eyes was your wallet. You didn't made a mistake to tell her. It's your money, and if you're uncomfortable with her using for booze, that's totally understandable. Please stick up with her. Blocking you literally meant that she doesn't see more in you than money, even if it's a friend with benefit. The point stands. You just did put boundaries, and that's totally right to tell her. For future reference, never give your credit card to someone you're not legally related to. There are other ways to cover expenses you want to, including Venmo or other payment apps. You need to be in control unless you want to get ripped off. This woman may not have any bad intentions, but misunderstandings about money are a big factor in relationships failing. Take that element out of the equation as best you can. Basically, I have this friend who was my friends with benefits. She is a single mom and I would often give her money to pay for her bills. There used to be a word for that. Seems like a reasonable request on your part, especially if you're not partaking in the smokes and booze. There aren't many people who like feeling taken advantage of, so there shouldn't be any harm in what you asked. When someone responds so adversely, it's likely there's more happening on her end. So she wasn't your friend with benefits. That's free. She was your hooker. No problem with that, but it is what it is. You paid her with smokes, booze, and bills for sex. If you're done paying for sex, it wasn't a mistake. You were paying. Haha, this is not friends with benefits. Really? How do you call that friends with benefits when money to live is involved? Why didn't you just deduct that from her pay and then change your account or card? That way you didn't have to bring it up. Might want to kill the card. She might have already jotted down the numbers. Your ex-partner was garbage. You're better off without someone like that in your life. And it's always booze and cigarettes they rip you off for. It doesn't seem like we have enough information. How long were you together? Do you love her? Is there a chance she did it on accident? Does she usually use your card without asking? If you're cool with paying for benefits, then yeah, you should have just let her do it. If you aren't down for paying for benefits, then you did the right thing. Just be honest about what you want. For a FWB, helping her pay her bills is quite unusual, as is the arrangement lasting 3 years. It also sounds like you have feelings for her. Did you actually want to be more than just FWB with her? If so, was she aware of this? Because it sounds like she either wanted more than just FWB from you, or she just wanted you for your money and not your company. No one ends a 3-year friendship over what, $25? There has to be more to this. Like, one way or another, I don't think she saw you as a friend. You maybe meant more, you maybe meant less. The mistake was to give her access to your CC. Do you give your normal friends access to your CC? I guess not. So why should you give it to her? You were just friends. She's only blocking you to manipulate you. She will unblock you, she will message you and she will hope her manipulation worked. Don't let it. Sue, you were paying her for sex. This is a very different arrangement than a FWB. You didn't make a mistake asking her not to use your accounts for booze and cigarettes, you made a mistake for giving her access to your accounts. Is the pussy really that good, bro? 'Cause this bitch has got to go. Sounds more like prostitution. Wait a week, this kind of person always comes back. Question is, can you afford to deal with it anymore if you want to keep your own sense of sanity and self-esteem? Think she wanted different kind of benefits. JFC to be roped along as a sugar daddy for 3 years. Who hurt you? Go on OkCupid or something and find a decent human who doesn't care about money. I met mine at a music festival. 0 problems and 0 regrets. Life is simple when money isn't a thing to care about. You must be trolling, or your brain is munted. She was using you for money. As soon as you tried to limit her access to your funds, she blocked you. Well, seems like it was a misunderstanding over how much you care about her. Basically, was your problem paying for her, or just paying for stuff that's bad for her? I wouldn't encourage anyone's vices. Maybe she felt like you didn't want to financially take care of her though, which can hurt. Also, if it's a several years thing, it's not FWB anymore, it's a relationship that's just called something else. Lol, nah dude, you're good. First of all, I don't see why you even offer her money in the first place. She's a grown woman that should be paying her own bills. You should move on and find a girlfriend that will respect you and not ask for money. She probably does care but is acting very immaturely. It sounds like she's embarrassed, and that her decision to block you is a mini port blockade to make you miss her and be deferent to her wishes next time she gives this a shot. In that case, I would keep the relationship if it's still worth it to you, but maybe keep it less sexual as you strengthen the emotional intimacy aspect and set firm boundaries. It's time she grew up a little. Friends with benefits. I would often give her money. Prostitute is the word you're looking for. Info. Does she know you are friends with benefits? I'm also surprised that you say you care about her. I thought men in FWB relationships don't care and that's why it's FWB. It honestly sounds like the lines of this relationship were blurred. You learned something about what she values in a hookup and why. You obviously don't like it. Stick with your decision. You are better off without someone like this. Raise your standards, buddy. She sounds like she was nothing. No one has a right to use your money without your permission, period. Seems like she was getting all the benefits. You're better off without her. And change your passwords to anything she may have access to. Seriously, the audacity of some people. She was your sugar baby, lol. Sounds like she was using you for money. Probably better to just move on. If she and you wants to start the FWB stuff back up, just make it clear money will no longer be a part of it. Sounds like a gold digger. Glad you got out of it. I know no FWB situation where money was involved. This is a sugar daddy situation. If that's not what you want, then no, you did nothing wrong. Sounds like she's harboring a substance abuse issue. Anyway, don't get involved in that and don't enable it. Who pay bills for their friends with benefits? You made a mistake when you started paying for her. Damn, she's basically a prostitute, lol. You did the right thing. Can I ask why you never dated and just stayed as friends with benefits? I was thinking if she wanted more and is angry for you not wanting and so made this drama to have a reason to block you. Why doesn't she have an own account? Better to run. Maybe she was in it for the money and now that she has a job she doesn't need you. Are you really questioning yourself over this? No, you're not wrong by what you did say. All it takes from her part is to ask. How simple is that? Either she overreacted, or you're not telling us everything.